Today I wanted to do a very short video about traveling to Toronto, Ontario, Canada, versus living there. I have visited there once for only about 5 days, so I'm not an expert at all, but I just wanted to give my impression of the city. It was very metropolitan, I would say, very big and bustling, busy. It was too big for me. I'm just not comfortable in most cities. It didn't have the feeling that I like from cities, in that everybody seemed to be in a hurry, the downtown area, and I didn't really get outside the downtown area very much, but it was too much of a city for me. And it was beautiful. There were gorgeous buildings. I went there to visit family and traveled with some other family. So we didn't have to maneuver on our own very much because our family member who lived there was able to guide us. You know, we took the train mostly. I don't think we took any buses, but we walked a lot and it was very walkable. But when you got to the busy areas, downtown and just in certain neighborhoods, the sidewalks were full of people and you really had to maneuver around, and I don't like that. It's stressful to me. So it was a beautiful city with lots of beautiful buildings. We went to the CN Tower and toured that. It was gorgeous, the views, even though it was a little foggy and cloudy that day. The clouds would change and move so that we were able to see different areas. And that was a highlight to get to see that. My favorite part was we took a ferry one day to Toronto Island. I really liked Toronto Island. That was beautiful. It's just a very small island. I think there are maybe 250 houses, something like that. And there's a big waiting list of years, decades, for people to get a chance to buy a place. You have to get on a waiting list, and then there's a lottery, evidently. And I can see why. It is like its own world. It was gorgeous. We went in June, so the weather was perfect. It was a lovely break from the Southwest desert where I live. I'm sure in the winter, that's a different story. Very cold, snow, you know, the typical northern climate. But when we were there, the weather was perfect, just gorgeous. One of my favorite parts of Toronto, besides Toronto Island and riding the ferry, I love riding a ferry, is the fact that the people were very polite and nice and helpful, friendly. One time we went on a train and realized we hadn't bought a ticket, and the way it worked was you had to go underground, and I'm not sure what happened, but once we got off the train, we rode the train without a ticket, got off, and there was a transit worker standing there, and we just went up to them and told them what happened, and they said, that's fine, you can go buy a ticket now. It'll, you're in the, the train system basically, and to get out you'll need a ticket. So he guided us over to a vending machine basically, where we were able to get a ticket and ride the train, and very helpful. I mean, just apologetic almost that this had happened to us, and like it was his fault. It wasn't, it was our fault. But and another woman on Toronto Island was walking around handing out Jolly Rancher candies. She would just walk up to people and hand them each a couple, and that was just really sweet. Very sweet. So I have to say the people were very pleasant. Another thing I really enjoyed was the markets. Like at a grocery store, they had, because it was summer and good weather, they had the fruit and vegetables out front, and they had bags where you could just bag them up and then go inside and pay for what you were buying, and everything was fresh and delicious. It, to me, was surprising that they had such good produce for some reason. I don't know why I thought they wouldn't, or why I was surprised it was so good, but it was very good and somewhat reasonable. Some things were a little pricey, but that's the case everywhere. Eating out was typically expensive, how it is in cities, but it was, delicious food. We had Thai food and Mexican food. We were staying at an Airbnb, so we often took food there and cooked, because there were 4 of us, and that can get expensive eating out. So all in all, I enjoyed my very short trip to Toronto, but from what I saw, I probably wouldn't want to live there. I'm just not a big city person. That's the main bottom line. But I really enjoyed the people. Everybody I met seemed to be very friendly and helpful, which was wonderful. So what about you? Do you live in Toronto? Have you ever visited? What do you think about it? Could you live there? Do you live there? Please leave a comment if you'd like. That would be great. And if you're new here, I'm Peg, and this channel, Living There, is all about places in the world where real people live. And if you'd like to share by giving an interview about where you live, please contact me. My email is in the description below. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.